Hey guys, I have a quick little interview with Miss Salma that I wanted to share with you guys. Miss Salma was one of easily our most successful athlete inside of the ring. We've traveled all over the world with this athlete, her parents and her grandparents to travel and compete for Taekwondo. We put her on Team USA in 2016, which is a huge honor for her and us. And in addition, we just had a great relationship with her. We wanted to share the perspective of the athlete after competition, so that when we use terms like full effort, full success in the dojang, in the Taekwondo school, and you guys hear it as parents, but it's hard to really understand what that means and how it applies to your kid's life from a psychological perspective. So it's our hope that Salma's able to share that with you guys a little bit more. So please enjoy.
All right, getting started again, we have welcome back to Miss Salma. This is our second take on this. Miss Salma is one of our former students of the year. She made the national team for Team USA in 2016. We've brought her back in to ask her some questions, do an interview with us, and help the parents understand kind of what our process is here at KuGar Taekwondo. So Salma, thank you for joining us again. Sorry for the little mistake. So we introduced you, Team USA 2016. Can you tell us, let's start at the very beginning. Tell us when you started, how old were you, and when did you retire from competition and why?
I started when I was 12. I don't know what year that was, like 2011, 10, like 9, something like that. And what was the other part of the question? I started when I was 12, and then I retired when I was 20.
20, so that's 8 years?
Yes.
Why'd you retire?
Why? Because I started applying what I learned here to my life. So we focus a lot on full effort, full success, and I felt like I needed to transfer that into what I was doing with myself. So I knew I had this dream of going to the Olympics, but I started thinking about, what's gonna happen if I go to the Olympics, when I'm gonna come back home, I'm not gonna have finished school, I'm not gonna have a real job yet. So I was like, I didn't know, I guess I needed to prioritize, and I was like, well, I wanna start a career soon, so I feel like I should stop doing this so I could go to school and finish it, because I was already getting behind. So I'm gonna graduate a year after I was supposed to. So that's why I decided to put my effort into school. So that's full effort in school so that I could finish and have, my life.
Awesome. So part of why we're doing this is you sent me a text message not too long ago. We were talking over text and you said something about using your Taekwondo every day in school. So I want you to elaborate on that a little bit for the parents. What I'm after the parents to get from this interview, but as well from our program, is that what we do it's not just the punching and the kicking, right? Yes. What we're doing here should go to everything. And I think you're saying to me, I use my Taekwondo every day or almost every day, was really telling. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, so I noticed a lot among my friends that everyone says, there's not enough time, I have too many things to do, I'm always tired, things like that. And I would be like, well, it's because what are you doing with your time? And it's like, are you waking up at 2 in the afternoon? So then you start your homework at 3 because you wake up, you lay in bed for 30 minutes, an hour on your phone, then you have lunch, then you start your homework, and you have to do it until 8 p.m. and then you're too tired to go out with us, and now you can't have fun, and then you have work, stuff like that. So I use my Taekwondo like full effort, full success. So full effort in school, you get out of class, you go home, you eat, you should do your homework so you can have fun with your friends. So you do your homework, you go to work, then you get out of work, you don't have to do anything anymore that's like important. And then you can have fun, you can do whatever you want, but because you put your full effort into the things that are really important in your life so that you can do better things along the road that set you up for better things later.
Some of the places that you've been, and which ones are your favorite?
Many places. Okay. Korea, Mexico, Canada, Spain, Luxembourg, Germany. Oh, I didn't compete in Germany, but I was there for like a day. Africa, Ivory Coast, because Africa's not a country.
Continent.
I don't know where else.
New Zealand, I think.
Oh yeah, New Zealand.
New Zealand.
I think
we got
that's
bronze
it.
there, yes.
And everywhere around the U.S.
So, and everywhere around the U.S. I was thinking about this. Do you
Uh-huh.
realize that you've competed on every major continent with the
Mm-hmm.
exception of
Europe?
South
No,
America?
South America. Oh yeah, I never.
You've
That's
never
the
been
one
to
place
South-
I never went
Never been
to.
South America. Antarctica, we're just gonna say probably
Nobody
not
goes
gonna,
there.
Probably not gonna do anything there. So you're safe with Antarctica. But
My favorite.
favorite.
Forgot what I said last time, but I don't know. I think. I don't know. I guess Europe. Anywhere in Europe. Whenever I went to Spain
We
or we
went
went
to
to
Europe, right?
Luxembourg, everything's so pretty. There's always
Different culture,
churches
very
around.
different pace of life.
Yes, everything's really different. Cause when the times that I went to Korea, I didn't really like it. I don't really like the. I don't know what I don't like about. I don't like okay. This is my pet peeve. Whenever I went to Korea, it was awful. I hated it. So any restaurant that you will ever go to in Korea gives you like a cup like this big for water. So you have to get up like every 5 seconds to drink your water while you're eating, like while you're having a meal.
That is.
So it's like, it's this big. So what I would start doing is I'd get like 3 cups at a time and bring them to my place at the table. But then everybody looks at you weird. But it was just, I hated that about Korea. That's horrible.
Because you were inconvenienced
Yes,
by standing
yeah.
there
But
to get water.
that's very American of me, I guess, because we want everything like
Now
this
and
and
then.
now.
Yep, that's us. Okay, so we're gonna talk about your competition career,
Uh-huh.
competitive career. So you can't choose when you won your spot on Team USA.
Okay, what is my
Favorite fight. Last time you gave us a least favorite fight, but I'm gonna favorite.
Oh, my favorite one was when we did Pan Am Open, not the closed one, the open one,
Mm-hmm.
and I fought that girl from Mexico that had been on the national team for a long time because it was really intense and it was very like
Janet Alegria, no?
yeah, something like that. It was very like it was very important. It was always important for us to be in sync, but I feel like because we've always had that good dynamic between us, like it was like a video game, like you have to do this, and it like
It happened. Yeah.
And
that was fun.
I liked it whenever it was very like intense and like everything was going really, really fast.
Well, that was fun because we were in Mexico fighting Mexico's Golden Girl.
That's
'Cause
it, yes.
I think she was an Olympian. I know she went to World Championships a bunch, but I think she was an Olympian.
Yeah.
Really good athlete. And we ended up losing because of some gamjang issues there where they got a gamjang that really would have sealed the deal for us. And somehow it got
But yeah.
overturned. That was interesting. But it is what it is, right? You win some, you lose some. So let's talk about what led to all of your success, because I think undoubtedly you had the best competitive record of any of our athletes ever, and you came out the gate pretty strong. You came in and as a yellow belt, you were kicking our black belts in the head. It was pretty intense. So the question is, like, what created that success? You had undoubtedly more private lessons with me than any other 2 students combined. We did every Saturday. As soon as you got here, every Saturday, you and your sister were here, and we did an hour with you and an hour with your sister. And then once you got to a very serious level, we asked you, kind of think about quitting ballet, which you had a great background in, very flexible, very, very mobile when you got here, and you were used to working hard. I think some people think ballet is not a sport. I bet you would disagree with that.
It was hard.
So we asked you to stop that, or we asked you to focus on Taekwondo for a little bit, and you ended up leaving ballet and staying. But then we did private. You actually gave up high school, and did private lessons every day in the morning. And then you would get here and you would work for us, and then immediately go back to school. What was it? That was the culture at home, because your parents have a very interesting. They don't really allow you to whine too much about the sacrifices that you were making, or was there something else?
I think it was a lot of things put together. I don't know about the ballet. I mean, I think I guess there was a work ethic there that I kind of brought here, but I think it was a lot about the private lessons, like understanding that this was something that was serious but also fun, but it was a commitment that I had. So every single Saturday I would come because I knew that I wanted to go to a tournament. I wanted to be good. I wanted to win. So I think all the private lessons and because of the extra time is what helped me, but then also the fact that my dad took us to every single tournament possible. that like he almost like made sure that we never missed one. So I think that exposure to the ring and me being comfortable in it is what helped me mostly, besides the extra time that I would spend here.
I do remember you didn't, there weren't tournaments that you missed. That wasn't a thing. If we had an event, you guys went. And I think it was a sacrifice for your parents, but they made it.
I mean, even like it was either I got there with them, or like they would manage to send us either with you or with somebody else, just to make sure that we got there.
Sure. Okay, so what lessons did you learn through your life as a competitor, specifically as a competitor? Not just, Taekwondo teaches you lessons, but you competed all over the place. What lessons did you learn through life as a competitor that people might not think about looking from the outside in?
Like, I don't get it.
So, as a competitor, there are a lot of things that I had to learn how to manage my own nervousness, because I was a very nervous fighter. So I knew if I thought about it, I was going to wear myself out before I ever got to the ring. So I had to distract with earbuds. Now I recognize as an adult that when I'm approaching a situation that's making me nervous, the more I think about it, the worse I'm going to do.
Okay, I understand. Yes, okay. I think I learned a lot about myself in the way I like to prepare for things.
Okay.
Like, I feel like I'm a very, like, I think the phrase is like type A. I feel like I need to have everything in order. Everything has to be in a certain order, like done in a certain order, put in a certain way, or whenever I would pack to go somewhere, it was like, I think it was like my socks have to be here and my shirts have to be here, and I would like lay everything out, and I was like, everything has to be like this, like I need to make sure that my gear is over here, is this here, and then even like the night before, like I had to lay everything out just so I knew that I wouldn't forget anything. And then the day of, it was like my gear has to go first, and then my uniform, because I don't want it to be wrinkled, because then that's gonna mess with me. My waters have to be over here, and then this over here. So I feel like I knew that if I didn't plan like that, it was gonna mess with me. And I think even now, like for schoolwork or projects, it's like, okay, I have to pick a day where I know I'm just gonna spend that day doing it. So I have to write it down, and I have to write, okay, first I'm gonna work on this, and then I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do this, or it won't happen. Like I just won't get to it if I don't.
You learn that from prepping for events. If you weren't prepped.
I learned that about myself. Yeah, that I don't think I knew that before.
Okay. So I think last time we talked a little bit about you giving up school, and I wanna touch on what it is we were talking about there. So when Salma was, I believe, a freshman or a sophomore? Sophomore.
I was a sophomore going to junior year. So I did 2 years of public high school, and then I went home. And
then she gave up public school to be homeschooled. And the reason she did that was we were leaving for a whole bunch of tournaments. UISD wouldn't give us the time off. And we were struggling to get everything accomplished on time. So she left the school life so she could essentially train full time. Train 4 to 5 hours a day. Do you regret it? Do you miss the prom? Do you miss the homecoming dance?
No.
No.
I feel like those were probably really good experiences. Could have been good experiences to have, but I think the ones that I had instead probably were more fun than those. I feel like making national team was the day I made national team was the same day that there was prom. I could have gone to the prom, but I was making national team in Colorado Springs.
No regrets?
No regrets. The day that I like my online school had like a day where all of us could go walk. Like I had the chance to go walk with all my classmates, but I was in Querétaro fighting on the national team. So like I think the experiences were different. It's a different. I guess it was like which one did I like more, and it was always that. So I don't know.
You chose the one that you preferred.
Yes.
And you're happy with your choice.
Yes,
looking back at it. Do you have any messages to little kids right now that are participating, practicing for nationals and trying to get to the next level? Maybe something for little girls who are competing and wondering if they can be feminine and still be tough. You have anything to say to those guys?
I guess like to all kids, just to make sure that you're having fun, not take it so seriously because you're a little kid. I don't think you should worry about like being super serious later on. But definitely to make sure that you're putting full effort so that you can see full success later, like listening to your parents and getting to practice every day, making sure that you work hard every day, because you can show up and just stand around here and you're never gonna get better. And to girls, I think worrying about being girly doesn't really matter. I think if you're just yourself, that's enough. So yeah, I think that's what I would say.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us again, Miss Salma, and we'll see you guys later. Sweet. You're the best.